Oh yes, we're back. We're on the rods. First time in, over a year and 3 months, I'd say. Yeah, it's been a long time coming this, and as you can see, we've come to one of West Wales's most renowned and famous marks, the grassy bank in St Justinians, and the famous lifeboat behind us here. Tactics for today are going to be simple: pulley rigs, after husks, congers, spears, maybe a taupe. I'm not really going to fish with wire too much, to be fair, but we're going to get one rod out. We're going to do a bit of spinning for pollock. Quite like this spot for pollock. It's always been good, a good little spot. No massive pollock, but I've seen people have some massive pollock on bait here. I don't know how the audio is going to sound because I've got my little mic on. It's a little bit windy. It is actually gusting 35 mph winds, but it's southeasterly, which is directly off my back in the direction I'm going to be casting. So, yeah. Oh. Do you know what? I lost the umph for fishing. I do like my spinning. I still do that every year, but for bait fishing, you know, I since coming back from Norway, you just lose it, and I really lost interest for catching husks and stuff like that. But you know, being out in this this beautiful setting, you know, it's kind of sparked my interest back up now. Okay folks, picked with this little mic, I can walk off and you can still hear me. So I'm just setting up my base camp. I've got lots of stuff with me and could be joined by a friend of mine after, if he managed to get out of work on time. Just going to have a cast with this reel as it's fresh line, and I haven't cast a rod in God knows how many years. Well, I do know, just chatting rubbish now. It's been about a year and 3 months since I've wet a line. Rod I'm going to be using to start off with is the Century Tip Tornado Sport Graphics. I'll just be using a poly rig with a nice herring or mackerel bait. I do wonder what this is going to sound like wind wise, because it is a little bit, tiny bit windy, catching a little bit of gust. Just catching a gust, but it is over our backs. When it's not blowing, it's really nice, to be fair. Just going to get a lead on, which is going to be buried at the bottom of my box. Of course it is. What have I pulled out? I pulled out a 7oz. Clip this on. It is nice to be out after all this time. The clip's not playing ball. There we go. Oh, this feels weird. Okay. So, set up is the Daiwa Saltist 30H. I think it's called H. Got the monomag on. Very Vast Sport yellow. Century Tip Tornado Sport graphics. And a 7oz SKM. We're just going to have a little flick because I don't want this to go completely wrong. Not much depth there, it is low water, mind. Just bedding in some line. Tied a bimini for the first time in here in 3 months. It's probably not going to hold if I get a huss, but at least it's a leader knot. Leader seems fine. Should we give some welly? Go on then. Woohoo! She's out there. Oh, there's a massive seal out there as well. He's a big one. You won't be able to see him, but he's huge. We'll cut it there. I'll bring you back when we're baiting up. Okay, for anyone who has watched the channel before, welcome if you're new. But I just want to say I keep things very simplistic. This is a poly rig. It's £200 mono. Use a figure of 8 knot instead of a swivel to a bead, swivel and a bead to a splashdown. Simple as you can get. People using dongles do like the look of dongles. Can't be asked to tie them. Can't be asked to use them. I've got tons and tons of pulley rigs, so I'll make use of what I've got. A little bit of a breeze coming through there. Oh, sorry, I'm baiting up here without showing you. So, herring bait. Chuck the hook through the flesh. I've just snipped the bum off, pull it through. Still a little bit frozen, mind. And then point to the hook, just in by the gills, and then just out by the eye, like that. Nice hook, proud hook. If I was expecting smaller fish, I'd probably bury the hook a bit deeper into the bait, but you know, huss have got quite nice big mouths. Spear dogs have smaller mouths, but a big enough spear, I'm sure we'll have no problem swallowing that. That is the aim of today, by the way. I haven't told you what I'm really fishing for. Huss, no, I think I did in the intro. Huss is the main target. Nice easy session on this grassy bank. Nothing too fancy. People have had topia in the past. I fished it quite a lot in my time, and I've never had a runyer. People obviously know the tides, time of year to fish it. I obviously don't. I just turn up, put a bait out, and that's it. Plenty of elastic over that shank there in the eye. Couple around the hook. That's that. That wind is a bit strong. And then with the pennel hook, I've just got a bit of shrink tube in. It's a size 6.0 big mouth extra pennel hook. Boom. Lovely, nice little presented bait. That'll be going out on a 7-ounce lead, which I have got here ready. Homemade SKMs. Got a video out on how I make them. One of my best videos performance wise on YouTube. There we go. I'm just going to reel in my line because I've left it out there to bed in for a bit, and we'll get this one sent out. Hopefully have a nice big huss. Right, here we go. All clipped up, ready to go. Herring bait. Usually with this mark, especially at night time, you don't have to cast too far. As it's low water, I am going to ping this out a fair distance if it doesn't birdie. Hopefully. Who knows? still not a bad depth here, considering. We'll set this up now. See the rods? Yes. See them? Lovely. Just bed this in nice and tight. Hopefully that seal doesn't come back. That wouldn't be ideal. Screaming off. There we go. I'll keep tightening that a little bit as we set up some spinning gear now. Right, let's have a look here. So, I am a man of boys' toys. So I've got a Century Graphics spinning rod. Hell of a rod. Took this to Norway with me. Caught up to £13 on it. Ling, Coley's mackerel, jumbo mackerel. Mackerels are on steroids out there. But I'll set this up. I can't get look. This is probably my favourite rod ever. Such light, nice and tippy, which is what I like. I'll get this set up and I'll show you what I'm using because it's quite light. Sunshine, probably go with a dark Savage Gear Seeker to start off with. Okay, the setup for the spinning for the pollock. Century Graphics lure rod. I think it's 9'6". 9'6", 10 to 40 grams. That's paired with a pen slammer with £20 braid. I've got about a 3-foot fluorocarbon leader down to a dark coloured Savage Gear Seeker. I usually like to use a little bit heavier. I have got 35 grams, but this is an old one. As you can see, the hooks are a tiny bit rusty on it, but we'll have a chuck now and I'll bring you back if we get any fish. Do a couple of live casts in a bit, so I want to get the lay of the water, see if there's any pollock feeding fish. Very quiet on the black Savage Gear Seeker. I did have a hit on the way down as I was feeding the lure down through the water. So I'm going to try this little HTO Georgia, I think it is. Give it a whirl now and see if we can get anything. Bit heavier, smaller in size and white in colour. Water is a bit chocolatey, so could be why the fish aren't feeding, or maybe just a bit later on in the tide they might come on, or they might not come on at all, who knows. That's fishing for you, eh? Well, we've beaten the blank early on. A lovely little pollock on the jig. Unfortunately, he come off down towards the bottom and he landed on some rocks, and it took me a while to go down and get him, but he's a good size for bait, so we'll get 2 baits out of him. Nice, we'll take that. Lovely. Nice little pollock, big eye on him. Really nice. We'll take that. First fish of the day. My little adventure chasing that pollock that come off. I found a 9-ounce SKM. It's about £1.50 lead, that. Ka-ching. Tons of rubbish here. I'm going to clean it up before I go and take it home. But yeah, nice little find that. Here we go. So another pollock on the white Savage Gear Seeker. Lovely little like dots and colours on him. Very nice. Beautiful little fish. Let's get him unhooked and we'll pop him straight back. Okay folks, just baiting up another big bait. It's going to be a joey. And what I do is, again, snip the tail off. Same thing again. In through the back. Pull it through. And then in by the gill plate and out by the eye, same as last time. Like so, and then plenty of bait elastic again, just putting you down a little bit. Quiet on the old big bait, not much happening, but we keep trying into darkness. We'll be here for an hour or two, or no, a good few hours to be fair, into darkness. We should hopefully be joined by a friend of mine, and we should hopefully have a few fish. This is quite fine cotton, so I like to get plenty on, especially over the eye. Stop that shank twisting, like so. And then just with the pulley, pull it down on the shrink, and basically go through the same hole I went through originally. That's it. Let's get this one sent out there. Okay folks, that bait came in pretty much as it went out, not a touch. And now we're sending out a lovely joey bait. Let's get it out there. Good cast that. It's out there, that's for sure. It is out there. Sun's slowly going down on this beautiful March afternoon. I'll show you the bait now. Show you what it looks like. It's pretty much the same as it went out. But then that's a good sign. Crabs, I suppose, and no doggies, lobsters, etc, etc. It's just bending just nice now. Tide will start pulling from right to left soon, even though the tide's flooding. It'll eddy in this back part of the sound here. Not touched. Let's get a fresh one on. Might go with a bit of bluey and squid next. What do you think? Okay folks, just had a slightly better pollock. There we go. He's had a chunk taken out of his tail, look. Someone's had a go at him in the past. We'll take that all day long. Let's pop him back. Mwah. Right, we're getting a few pollock now. Another little nice one. We'll take that all day long. The rods are bending. Bit of action. I tell you what, this is great fun. Oh, he splashed me. Look at that, look. You don't get much better than that. Bit of fun in the Pembrokeshire sun. This must be my, I don't know, fifth pollock. Lovely fish, look. Beautiful. Let's get him back. Sun's behind me, but it's a fisher's chuck on the old pollock gear. Black spots and everything on, look. Lovely big eye. Very nice. Let's get this one popped back. Look at that sun, look. Oh, beautiful. Well, unfortunately for this little chap, he's only destined. Oh, dropping him. He's only destined for one place because of his size, and that is a whole bait. As soon as that sun starts going down, he's going out hole. I'm going to dispatch of him now. And we'll get him out. Is this going to catch me a huss, I wonder? Fingers crossed. Tell you what, it's beautiful down here now. I look, my silhouette looks quite dark because the sun's getting quite low, but it's beautiful down here. That mackerel bait come in pretty much untouched, so we got a nice herring bait going back out again. But it's a nice huss on herring on this mark, so I do like a good herring bait. Let's get this one out here. I'm going to try a little bit further to the right this time. Most of my casts have gone a bit to the left, out into the channel a bit more. So this one's going to go a bit more straighter. Let's see how we get on. I think the camera's going to be directly in the way. Yes, it is. I'm going to go over here. Be a little bit out of shot, I think. That's better. Too much of a drop though. That's much like it. Happy with that one. Nice and deep there as well. Beautiful. Lifeboat. The iconic sight of the lifeboat. Always have the ratchet set, because up this neck of the woods you just don't know what can be in the water. Past Ramsey is next stop island. It's just open sea for miles and miles. Not sure if you can see it. I'll flip it round. But over there, it's called the Bishops. It's a massive rocky outcrop, and apparently there's been poor beagle sharks caught around that. Load of taupe smashing up feathers, sharks smashing up feathers. So, you know, not a million miles away from a monster. Right, we're going to leave this run and see if we can get a pollock view live on camera. Wind's getting a little bit breezy, sun's making its way down. Absolutely stunning down here. Fresh herring bait is out. Now we wait. Nice bullus before I go home tonight would be nice. Mate from work finished late, but he's still coming down for the dark session. Sink and draw method all the time. That's all I use. Do 2 casts. If I've had nothing on those 2 casts, then you're probably not going to see a live take. Most of the pollock have been taken quite close in as well, to be fair. I can feel them plucking at it. when it's in close. Starting to get a bit tidier now as well, which is nice. It's kind of in the area now where I've been getting the pollock. Oh, a little nibble then. Oh yes! Oh, buddy! Love it! Oh, this could be a nice one actually. Staying quite deep. Oh, it's not a bad one. Oh no! I have to go down and get him. I'll bring you back once I've got him. Nightmare, he's come off. He's on the rocks down the bottom here. Well, that was a bit of a break, but we have a lovely pollock. Live take as well. We'll have that. Happy days. Let's pop him back. Another little pollock. Again, he's destined for one thing and one thing only. Plenty of fresh bait for darkness. Hopefully it'll bring some fish on the feed. Lovely. He's not going back, unfortunately. Bait! Fresh is best when you're west, is the saying. Alright folks, the sun is down. May the husks come on the feed. We've just baited up a nice pollock bait. That's going to be the next one going out. Ah, man, this is beautiful. I love it. Absolutely love it. Beautiful down here. Look at this, look. Oh! You don't get much better than this. Fingers crossed for a nice husk now. Let's have it, come on! Right, here we go. Joined by one of the boys here. Caught a fresh pouting. Chucked it on his bait and it's produced this lovely husk. Oh, look at that. Fish, that's just stunning, mate. It's a cracker. We'll get some pictures. We'll get it sent back. Oi, look at that pace there, look. We'll get that back quickly now. Right folks, that is it. End of the session. It went pretty dire for me at night on the bait. Well, dire for bait all day to be fair. I had 3 dogfish on bait, double dogfish at the end. Tal had a nice bolus, pouting and some dogfish, and I had a load of pollock on the spinning gear. But that's it. That's probably me done for another couple of months now for the bait. Back on the lures soon with bass. My bass spots will start producing now April, May time, so I'm going to do a bit on the bass. But cheers for watching, guys. I know it's been a while since I put a fishing video out, but I'm loving my metal detecting at the moment. As you can see, the channel's had a bit of a rebrand as well. It's Pembrokeshire Outdoors now, it's no longer Fishtails. I'm going to get a drone soon and start doing some nice drone flights and stuff on the channel as well. But cheers for watching. I'll see you on the next one.